lights out and away we go. Russell does get away well, as does Max Verstappen, and Valtteri Bottas has got his teammate right alongside him already.
Welcome to Negative Camber.
No!
If it's motorsport you want, then this is the place to be. All of the latest results, analysis and interviews.
And a great start for car number 11. D'Alberto's got away beautifully at the start of the great race.
Down the inside, Hamilton sees it coming. It's a late lunge by Verstappen, who takes the lead of the race.
And now it's time to introduce your hosts, Jamie Lemure and Leigh Harrison.
Hello everyone and welcome to Negative Camber, the motorsport show, proudly brought to you by True Steel Frames, live from the studios of Radio Taliwano this evening. We've been quite busy today. I say we because there's more than one of us in the studio this evening. We've been racing at the Southern Go Kart Club, so we've literally downed tools at the track and made our way into the studio. And welcoming my co-host and friend and a man that wears a set of skinny leg jeans so tight that I swore he was wearing Lycra. I welcome to the show none other than my co-driver in this caper, Mr. Leigh Harrison. Trophy hunter.
I was waiting for it. I'm surprised that I didn't make
Trophy hunter.
I'm surprised it didn't make the intro clip, to be fair.
And the tragic irony is that you walked away with no trophy.
Yeah, that was a bit of a. I feel sorry for Ben and myself, and I think it was Dominic Caminiti. We didn't get the chance to stand up on the dais and thank all of our sponsors and stuff. So a bit of a mistake on Southern Go Kart Club's part there. I don't know what happened, but walking away empty-handed from my weekend of trophy hunting.
It's quite funny, actually, I must say. But managed to just avoid the weather.
I'm disappointed in that, though. Like, literally, the rain came 10 minutes too late.
Yeah, I know.
Like, if it had dumped a little bit earlier, or we were the last class instead of the second to last class, yeah, I reckon I had something for old mate. But
for those playing at home, tag restricted is considered to be the beginners class for senior two-stroke.
Yeah.
What on earth's name were you racing in that class?
Oh, well, because, honestly, when I came back to the sport after having a little while off and just doing mechanicking and stuff, and I hadn't kept my driver's license going, it meant that I had to restart my driver's license. So I did my one race on my Ps, which they asked me to do, and then they upgraded me to C. And then I've just been sitting on a C-grade license since then. Yeah, even if I wanted to have raced tag light today, I wouldn't have been allowed to because I don't have a B-grade license. And generally, like if tag light's got a field, then Cody's going to race it. So yeah, I was just out there to have a bit of fun this afternoon, and and I was going to race mediums. I did enter mediums, and then the field in restricted light looked a little bit more competitive. So I thought, why not test myself and have a bit of a dip.
How many kilos were you overweight?
12.
And given the cup of chips and the wonderful deep fried food that you were sporting at lunchtime today, you probably ended up being 15 heavy on the scale?
No, that only added a kilo. I had visited the abodes at the Southern Go Kart Club and had proceeded to make myself lighter after eating such food. So,
well, I would say that this next guest of ours was lighter, but he's made his wife heavier, or wife to be heavier. Brought to you by M&D Fuels. I welcome Mr. Matt Biscuits Mahar. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Firstly, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's you've
commiserations to JK, some would say, but
oh well, it depends on which angle you're looking at. But
first thing he's succeeded at in his life.
Well,
started early.
You could call him a one-trick pony. But yes, well, actually, the L7, I was saying off air that I will call myself the Oracle because I happened to announce that you were expecting, and I didn't even know you were expecting on that show. Probably 3 months ago now. I reckon
yeah, you were pretty early on. Kayla knew about a week into it, so that was pretty good of anyone that knows me. I think I did pretty well to keep it quiet. for that long.
But it's good to have you back, man. It's we've got some dirt dirt racing we need to cover. We can do some dirt as well, but we'll say that for another day. But I've very much appreciated your support at the track today. It was good to see you.
Oh, it was good to watch you drive around for 3/4 of a final before you just about passed out.
Oh, no, well, yeah, we can talk about that. So, cramp, and I was actually still cramping when I had was in the shower. So it was after. So it's a nice way to end a Sunday in a steamy session in the shower. But you wankers,
creepers.
Hey.
Whoa.
Well, anyway,
A big day at the track.
yeah,
Big day in the shower too, apparently.
Yeah, big day in the shower as well. But and this is just going to sound all wrong, but the muscles on the top of the forearms, like here, this part here, the
muscle you use when you drive a go-kart, yeah, well, I'm aware.
There's multiple muscles that you use when you drive a go-kart, but let's call that one then. It was just tight, and by the end of the day, they were just cramping. So
I've said it once before on the program, but I think that the thing that you could benefit the most from, that would train that muscle even more,
is
more
shower
laps.
time.
More laps.
Oh, okay.
More laps.
Yes. Oh no, you're right. That does have a little part to play in it. Yes, no, not going to dispute that at all. But no, overall it was. Don't know. It was just last race at the end of the day, and my fingers started to cramp up in the wheel, and just used some hand exercises that I've been sort of reading up on and stuff like that, and it freed the muscle up a bit. So I actually ended up getting through the race.
So you made a couple of passes in the final, and
one pretty good send at the end of the straight was.
You like that one, did you?
It was all right. It wasn't as good as Leigh.
The only thing it was missing was tyre smoke.
Oh, well, not Mount Gambier, like state championship epic levels of tyre smoke.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Yeah.
It was actually a close call, I think, at the start of the final where I locked the brake, or was it the heat 3? I can't remember, and lost the rear. And actually managed to, I was probably 45 degrees going into turn 1 and managed to just hold on to it. So someone actually gave me a little tap in the rear and straightened me up. Thank God. But no, it was a great day. I really enjoyed it. It was always good fun. And we just wanted, when I say we, the Ferrari Club team just wanted to be competitive and hold our own. And I think we did that.
It's a good thing you had Anthony out there then.
Well, look, yeah, he's been the fastest out of all of us this year, and he was also our testing mule because he's on the Maxxis tyre, and I was still using the Vega tyre, so I ended up getting the top accolade for Class B, and he was trying to hold his own at Class A. So but big props to Leigh today from Vital Karting, who was also the trackside commentator, and I think spooked our show just about every race, and he
loves it.
Loves speaking to me, not so much about you. But
I don't have time in my day to go up there and sit next to him and hold his hand.
Get out! Thank you for giving me a grub screw too, by the way. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Decent job Cocker's doing too, by the way. He's actually taken
really well.
Yeah,
I got asked at Monado if I wanted to do some commentating throughout the weekend. And I was I knew I was going to be too busy with Cody, so I said to them that someone I think he might have done one race meeting before that round at Bolivar, and so I said, no, go and get Cocker to do it. He's just walking around doing stuff all day, so he can jump up in there, and he's really coming along, and definitely like working with Matt Payne at the Nationals and stuff like that. He's picking up some good hints and tips.
I mean, he's no Barry Venables, but he's working his way up there.
I just wish he'd stop giving away all my setups and stuff. I was like, clearly Cody's got one less tooth or one more tooth on than everybody else. It's like, Leigh, stop telling him all our secrets.
Have a cry. It's fine. People learn from that sort of stuff. So, what was I going to say? Yes, while I'm at it, and while we're talking about Southern Go Kart Club, I'm going to do some spruiking. So, the Scuderia Ferrari Club, which I put my presidential hat on now.
Yep.
We are hosting for Southern Go Kart Club members a members' night. So, like what we did a couple of years ago, it was like a pizza night that night, and we had the Italian Grand Prix on. This time, it's just a general get-together, so it might be footy finals on in the background. I don't even know if there's a motorsport race on that day. So, but it's just an opportunity for Southern members to get together outside of a race meet, and Ferrari Club members as well, and just get together and enjoy each other's company without the pressure of the constraints of a race day. So, I mean, Leigh spoke about it today, but previously with the pizzas, we weren't able to get them out in time, even though everyone really enjoyed them. They were wood oven by Pizza and Giro, and they did a fantastic job. But this time we decided to go more buffet style, and we're using Iconic Kitchens. So as Caravas, Greg, So, but Johnny Iconic and the team actually do a fantastic job. So there's lamb on a spit, there's going to be chicken on a spit, there's going to be prawn skewers, there's going to be Greek sausages, there's going to be beef sausages, there's going to be lasagna, potato bake, there's probably, I think there was another tray of bakes, but I can't remember exactly what it was. There's coleslaw, there's going to be Greek salad, there's going to be cakes donated by Red Mill Bakery. Ed Scousi was there today. And then also unlimited coffee courtesy of Caparezza. So Phil De Cesare from Caparezza, barista who was there last time. So, unlimited coffee and tea, which will be cool and be barista made as well. So,
and the Southern Bar will be open. So if anyone that wants something a little bit harder in their night, the Southern Bar will be open, and all the proceeds
You'll
will
find
go
leaning on that.
Yeah,
the proceeds will go to the club as well. So that's,
absolutely
that helps everybody out. But like you said, it's for members, and but it doesn't even have to be people that are in karting. Like if you just listen to the show or want to come and meet us or want to just come and see what happens at a club. Where people love motorsport, then it's probably a good way to get yourself some knowledge about karting and stuff as well if you're thinking about getting into the sport.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the point of it as well. Like even, the invitation's been extended out to the SA Hire Kart Championship guys and gals, so they may want to come. It gives them an opportunity to integrate within the club environment. But, look, we're putting in a lot of effort to try and make it, a good night for the members and create a club environment because, quite frankly, and I even said it today, there's a track, there's a club room, and that's about it. And it doesn't have the feel of a club. And so we want to try and help Southerns. We're patrons of the club as well. So it's the Ferrari Club's opportunity to give back to the sport in the way that we can. So kids under 12 are free, $55 per head, which includes the unlimited coffees as well. And you can actually purchase a place at the Scuderia Ferrari Club website, so www.sfcadelaide.com. Go into the online store and you'll actually find a spot there to book your place. And that'll close off on the 20th of August. And the reason why it's the 20th of August is to ensure that we've got enough. Well, firstly, the night will go ahead. But then secondly, it's enough to ensure that we've got, we're going to cater for the right numbers and the like as well. So I encourage, implore and hope that Southerns members and, anyone else really can come and support what is a night for the club.
I don't think you dropped the date of when that is.
Oh, yes. Well done. September 9th.
Not important.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
We'll just go every
We'll go every day. So, no, the 9th of September. So it's the week after Father's Day. It's from 6:30 p.m. And there's no racing that day, so really there's no excuse.
Okay.
Some of us have got an excuse, but there'll be plenty of food with no cashy there.
Yeah, we don't worry about you dirt boys.
Yeah, you sort value in beer, and beer's not everything.
We'll have to see if we can get Dream to a live stream, and we'll be able to throw it up on the big screen for you.
Yes, absolutely.
That'd be Motorsport to put on in the background.
Yeah, well, hopefully there might be some MotoGP or something like that. Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty certain there's no F1, but footy finals are on, so it's probably easy just to run a footy game. Yeah, absolutely. So. And raffles as well. So we're doing like club prizes and bits and pieces like that too. But awesome. Yes. So
you're listening to Negative Camber.
We now start talking about the segment of karting, and today was round 2 or round 3. Was it?
2.
Round 2.
Round 2
of the. Well, because round 2 they actually technically missed, so it's the second actual racing round, but technically round 3, I think. Anyway. Southern Go Kart Club.
About as confused as I am as to why there were no trophies tonight.
Didn't get his trophy, the trophy hunter.
All he cared about.
Exactly.
I would just like to, get a moment to shout out to the people that made the weekend happen. It's very nice.
Thank you to my boss for letting me race, my other boss for letting me go to the track.
Exactly.
Honestly, answer me this question. How on earth can you wear a set of jeans so damn tight? Like, if I pulled on them, man, there's probably no give. I'm envious.
You haven't seen my race, so that's getting a bit that way.
When you've got pins like this,
God,
there's no point hiding them in baggy jeans.
You don't do leg day, bro. You ain't got no.
Settle down, Thunderflies.
These pins will fly kick you in a minute. Just settle down. No, I've always been a professional wearer of skinny jeans. I think.
Yeah, I'll back that up.
Yeah. I've got a pair that recently came back from Kuwait, and I was like, man, if I could squeeze, I can squeeze into them. I actually got into them. I was very surprised. They had a lot of stretch in them.
The traditional Lees, are they?
Yeah. Those Lees.
Yeah, I know the ones.
A little bit ankle freezer like now, but I reckon next show I'll wear them. And if you want to see skinny jeans, these are skinny jeans. They make these jeans look like flares.
Please do. I've got to take photos. Seriously. Anyway, Southern Go Kart Club. So we'll start off with yourself. How did you go in restricted, and how did you find racing in restricted?
It really suited him at his skill level.
That was the end of your question. I didn't realise.
Yes.
No, look, I had a fun day, and that's what it was all about this weekend. So, like I said, tested myself and raced 12 kilos overweight, so that makes a big difference. I think I would have liked, the racer in me wants to have won a race, so you still walk away a little bit disappointed, but when you take everything into consideration, Ben Press did an absolutely stellar job, didn't put a foot wrong. If he was not quite the driver that he is, I think it would have been a good race, but I just needed him to make mistakes, and he would not make a mistake. I probably made too many mistakes because I was so hungry. I tried to chase him, and I was over driving and chopping wheels off every now and then.
Hungry for the win, or hungry because you were hungry?
Both.
Trophy.
Both.
Right, okay.
Both.
Yep.
I wanted that trophy, and I wanted to actually eat so I could, relax. So, look, I'm quite happy. It was nice to drive a two-stroke again. Thanks to Cody for, throwing me in the seat and trusting me to bring the bus home straight, which I did. Avoided some absolute mental chaos in the first corner of turn one. There was carts airborne both sides of me, and I managed to pick them off.
Was that in the final?
No, that was race one.
Oh.
I started down the back for that one because it was draw reverse today. So I started down the back for the first heat, and there was carts everywhere. I just want to get through turn one safely. But yeah, no, it was good fun. Good to shake the cobwebs off in a two-stroke, and I'm feeling it now. I think I did 100 laps yesterday as well. So, yeah. I'm not going to apologise to Shay.
Do you ever?
I might have said that wrong. I'm going to apologise to Shay now because it's probably going to be a pretty restless sleep tonight. Just because the ribs are on it. I don't wear a rib vest. So yeah. It's gonna be a pretty gnarly night tonight, and I don't think I'll be getting much sleep.
Hello, Miss Thayer. Give him a poke and a prod for me, please, in the ribs when he gets home. I'm sure he'll love the experience. Yes. Yes.
The old can leave.
Well, look, at least you didn't get the winner of the Numpty Club award, which goes to me today, for qualifying without a transponder because I left it in the car.
I thought you were just one of the three people that did it on purpose so you could start down the back.
No, the scary part is that I didn't actually realise or remember that I didn't have the transponder until as I was coming into the in-grid after qualifying. Yeah. And for whatever reason, I had to look in the footwell and it was missing. And, so it made my life hard for the rest of the day, pretty much.
But definitely doesn't help things when you got to start down the back.
No. But it was actually pretty cool to try and come from the back.
It felt like a true Ferrari experience.
100%. I channeled my inner Charles. I channeled my inner Ayrton, my inner Mark Scaife, and was pulling some gnarly moves, I must admit. But to be honest, look, top 6, top 7 was probably about as good as I was going to get today.
That was a big field.
Yeah, which was nice to see.
Did anyone lose a wheel today?
No.
Oh, my God, winning.
You know why? Because I got the wheel nuts. No, we... oh, God, I'll tell you what, I was worried. So I was helping Chris LaRocca make some last-minute, putting new tyres on and all that sort of stuff for his qualifying session. And his dad was helping him out, and so they were running a little bit behind. So I've put all the wheels on and stuff, got the rattle gun, put it on, and just in case, I'd got just the standard spanner and went over the nuts again, and there was one nut that was a little bit loose. So thankfully, I actually managed to tighten them all up, and he went through the whole day unscathed. So that was a win, which was great. But Yeah, outside of that, it was a steady day. I mean, Anthony was actually quite unfortunate to be involved in the incident Incident. It was just an incident.
Wow.
Which was
Gunther was here.
No, it was that's Charles Leclerc.
The Charles.
Yeah. What happened, Charles? It was just an incident.
Talking about a crash with Max in their go-karting days.
Yeah, it was just an incident. So, I don't know exactly what happened. There was a little bit of a scuffle going into turn 1, turn 2, and somehow Daniel Bowden's been involved, and Anthony he hit, and Bowden's cart is on Anthony's shoulder, pretty much.
Right. Yeah, tore up his NASA panel and the bracket that the NASA panel sits on.
Yeah, did all that. So, but that was probably about as hectic as it got.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah. No, there was some pretty solid. You missed it, but there was some solid dicing at the front of your field. There was like
Timmy Harrell on the sense.
Yeah, they were 3 wide coming into the middle corner at one point in the race.
Wow!
And then they went like 2 by 2 by 1 into the sweeper. Someone had to come out second-handed, and unfortunately it was Timmy Harrell. But they were like, there was some pretty serious driving going on. Like, I was like, I want to be out there. That looks like fun.
JK did turn to me and said, "You did tell me it was just like hire karting biscuits."
Actually,
looked good.
Did you see the battle with Simon Reichelt and Luca Palambaro?
Yeah, in race 1.
Yeah, race 1.
That was so good.
That was brilliant.
Yeah,
really cool.
Luca was a bit fired up afterwards, and he did say that he apologised to Simon.
He
was
did. I was
shaking
there.
some fingers and all sorts of
was
stuff.
Reichelt upsetting people?
No, right, like Luca was so much faster than him, right? But then, like, kudos to Reichelt, though. Like, he raced him like it was the first place for a world championship.
Yeah.
It was like every time Luca went past him, Simon was down the straight, up the inside of him again. Then Luca would get past. It was for like 4 or 5 laps. It was just, and Simon was blocking. It was a ding donger. Like, it was flat out.
Yeah.
I said to Luca's dad, I was like, I understand. Like, if you're so much faster, you just want to get past and drive away. But
it's racecraft.
Exactly right. Like,
part of the problem with qualifying.
Well, not even, like, because Luca was qualified second and he just was getting bad starts. So, it was all good.
No, to Luca's credit, it happened straight after one of our races. Luca was about to come out in race the 2-stroke, and he saw Simon and came up to him and apologised to him. So, and that takes a lot of courage. Yeah, he's a good kid.
He even said sorry on the podium as well, like when they were getting the trophies. So that was good that everyone got to see it. And it's like you said, it takes courage, and it's a good stand-up sort of person. You can be heated in the moment, but if you feel like you've done something that's not too classy, then you go back and apologise for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, how about we run through some results, sir?
Sure. I try and read my doctor's handwriting. In 4SS Light, we had Cody Harrison taking the win in the Sprint Master. Leigh Cocker absolutely loves it from Luca Palambaro and Simon Reichelt. In Mediums, we had Nick Dunn from Nick Torquati and Lee Chesson. In Tag Restricted Light, we had Ben Press taking the win, myself in second, Duran Cowland in third. In Cadet 9, Diesel Waddell in first, Jet Herring second, Matty Passfield in third. Cadet 4SS, we had Harry Martin. Tag Masters, Chris Prestige absolutely braining everyone. Scott Evans in second, and then Simon Major taking third in the final there. In the Sprint Master, in KA3 Junior Heavy, we had Massimo Calabro. 4SS Junior, Ed McEwen, Leo Benia, and Mark Carragher. In Restricted Medium, Peter Ferraro, Benji Mitchell, the YouTuber. In KA3 Senior Light, Josh Elliston, Cody Harrison, Luca Palambaro. Tag 125, Jacob Chandler, Braden Parkinson. KA3 Junior Light, Noah Enright, Giuseppe Imbrogno, and Cristiano Crisa. In 4SS Heavy, Daniel Bowden, the Murphy, Tim Murphy, and James Place coming from the back in the final did an absolute stellar job.
That thing was a rocket.
Yeah, for the half a second you saw it blow past you.
Even my brother said so as well. Like, James was just on anotmo planet pace-wise.
He was fast today. He was fast. And then in Cadet 12, Athron Smith, Blake Gray, and Desmo Dr. Des Harrell.
Athron's performance today, pretty much everyone in his class was talking about the pace of that kart today. It was lit. And he drove well.
He was on fire.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty good day out for Pro Kart's Paraka race team. couple of seconds and a first, so can't complain with that from the tent today.
I want to thank Don Economou for my photographer as well.
Yeah, Dom Economou was out there as well, driving his brand new Soddy. He was got his best result that he's had since returning to the sport, and all the other boys that came and pitted in the tent as well for throwing a hand in. Like, you got to give them guys a shout out. Philip and Brandon, Hans, Luna. He was helpful, helping me lift the go-kart so I could change sprockets and stuff like that.
I thought it was Hansel.
Hansel, yeah. Shout out to all those boys for coming and helping take some of the load off today.
Did you know his brother's on Love Island?
Yeah, I was giving him so much today. His brother's name is Harrison, would you believe it? And yeah, he's on Love Island US. But Brandon was on, I don't know if you remember, there was a few years ago, there was a show on Channel 7, Ultimate Tag or something like that. Australian Ultimate Tag. It was literally like a game of chasey, but over obstacles and stuff. So Brandon was in that. So yeah,
really?
So they're a little bit of a reality TV history their family.
I'm actually curious to know how his brother, who's from Australia, has ended up on a US TV show.
That's what
about
I
Love Island.
said. That's what I said.
Spicy international flavour.
Yeah.
You know what though? His
Americans love an Australian accent.
Well, yeah.
And he's been brought in there. Why are we talking about Love Island? Change the subject.
His US wife's not bad. Well, speaking of Love Island, Biscuits went to the Northern Territory and toe jams and all in the bath with all the boys at LSL.
Yeah, Damo got a bit hungry on Thursday.
He did, yes. So fill us in, because that track looked absolutely amazing. But before you do that, I'm getting the fingers here from Leigh. So we'll go to a break and then we'll come back. We'll go to a break.
You're listening to Negative Camber.
The show's full of frivolities this evening. It probably helps when you've got endorphins pumping through your system from racing all day today.
Adrenaline has not worn off.
No, but the soreness will come and kill us all, I think, especially you. Mr. Biscuits, tell us what sent you up north. What was the reason?
Probably a few too many Coronas with Damo one night, as is standard. So we went up as a bit of a crew of L7s up there. So we had the Slaters. They had 5 carts between them. The Hodgsons had 5. Damo took up his 2 kids chasing Maddie. I took up my 2, and Tommy Norville brought one up. So good crew of us went up there to have a bit of a spin around what's probably the most awesome track I've gotten to drive a go-kart around on any surface.
What was the event?
Northern Territory state title, Shay, not the Nationals. So yeah, about 170 odd go-karts up there.
Yep.
But yeah, photos, videos, nothing really does it justice for the elevation between the front and back straights up there. It's
pretty gnarly from what you showed me, man. For those playing at home, video footage that Biscuits had sent me, that if you've ever been down Kester's Road from the top of the hill and then looking down, as what you said was probably the closest that you could, in terms of pitch and fold, which was unreal.
Yeah, so basically build a kart track sideways across that, and that's the sort of elevation you're playing with. It was pretty phenomenal to be hitting 16.8 in the KT that JK doesn't like me revving much above 15.
Oh, wow. So, and the want to go out and try it was just something new? Or?
Something new. Damo wants to get out and try and sell a few more go-karts. It's one of those newer, I think it's the newest club in the association.
Yep.
It's, one of those things you want to get around and try and get to all the titles. So I think next year we'll give it a decent crack and do Northern Territory and WA as well.
Yep.
But yeah, you want to get out and give yourself a crack at these sort of race meetings. Running the 100, you don't really get to race that in too big a fields too often as well. So getting up in the class of 100's huge learning experience up there again. So
wow,
awesome fun.
Yeah.
It's
and they run the track but in both directions.
Yep. So most tracks will do one heat one way, next heat back the other.
Yep.
Couple of tracks will do 2 heats one way and then flip it. But yeah, you've got to sort of master turning both ways and how to set the kart. And most tracks are phenomenally different both ways, but this was a whole another level. You're almost changing gearing and exhaust flex just to flip the kart around.
Wow. Okay. And weather, what was that like?
I struggled Thursday. Not Thursday, sorry, Friday.
Pre-beers or post?
The hangover actually wasn't too bad. They went down all right. Nah, Friday, just the heat and practice on dirt. You only get 3 laps each way to work it out.
Yep.
So 6 laps total in each direction between the 2 go-karts. But 125 heavies didn't get a full field. They were meant to have a split field. So they only ended up with one. So I had 1 race in between. So Friday was a bit hard. Saturday wasn't too bad. Sunday was fine. Just a matter of acclimatising to the heat up there. It was, yeah.
Yeah. What sort of setup changes would you do, say, over the course of a meet? So, with bitumen, you're taking grip out or you're adding
Depends
grip.
if Damo's looking or not. So all Damo won 1-2 KT heavies, and all he did for the whole weekend was tyre pressure change.
Yep.
That was it. I changed gearing in both karts to get it closer to the window. Probably needed more teeth on the 100 still. In terms of setup, though, because you can go from a bone-dry track to a wet track with an extra lap of the grader, you've got to be very open in your window setup. So I moved tyre pressures and that. Probably could have narrowed both karts up, but made a couple of other changes that we sort of keep to ourselves and see how that works, and that seemed to work all right and got me back in the right direction in the KT.
We should get Leigh Cocker out to do some commentary for the dirt kart, and he'll reveal all the setups.
Cocker was out and about at the state titles up at Morgan, and yeah.
He did a good video, actually. I've got to say, they really did a great job. Vital Karting really did a great job of portraying the dirt scene really well.
It's the first video that sort of gives you an idea of what we're actually doing when you're just setting the kart into corners and things like that. He captured a lot of really good footage of how you actually are driving them. Mm-hmm. They're such a different beast to a bitumen kart. Like the 100 especially, I mean, you can't take your foot off the gas to get it to turn.
Yep.
So it's completely backwards to anything you have driven on the bitumen before. So
yep. And so the L7 team walked away with trophies and stuff? Or?
Damo held his head high for us. Poor Tommy Norval finally strung himself together a race meeting and got it taken off for a technical infringement, so that was a bit tough to hear. It was a performance decreasing part, if anything, but taken out the rule book a few years ago, and one of those rules that probably could be cleaned up, but yeah. Tom's done very well to wear it. I mean, poor kid was heartbroken. Myself and Leigh have been in that situation before. So I knew what he's going through, but yeah, well and truly deserved that one. So unfortunately, we only come back with the 1 trophy between the lot of us, but still a good weekend.
So his engine builder put up a post, I think, the other day, saying it was an accident. Yeah,
Craig Mack put his hand up and fully owned it, which from an engine builder, that's all you can really ask for. I mean, it doesn't put the plate back on Tom's kart, but at the end of the day, it was an honest mistake on his behalf. It's something that was in the rule book. It's not a performance increasing part. It's one of those things that, unfortunately, you get as rules change over the years. It's very simple to miss.
What was the rule, or what was the actual infringement?
So the ignition, it had a PRD ignition on it, and the rule states you can only run Yamaha.
Yep.
We've ran PRD ignitions on the bitumen for years, and they are definitely, if anything, performance decreasing.
Yep.
But they're half the price of the Yami ignition.
Yeah,
As is the standard case with most motorsports control parts. So, unfortunately, Tommy had to cop it.
Yeah. Speaking of infringements, when we did our show a fortnight ago, Leigh had I got a call from Leigh Cocker, because obviously we were talking AKC, and Mr. Grother from Mr. Soddy, his son, was actually stripped of the win for a technical infringement as well, and it was actually for a component in the engine or something, which... I mean,
there was a whole bunch of carbon built up on the top of the engine, and it had changed the squish ratio in the engine, so it was
squish ratio.
Yeah, a bit shit. But
what's a squish ratio?
I don't know. I'm not an engine builder, so I don't worry myself with things that I can't fix.
Yep.
Yeah. But that was
JK. Get him on the phone.
What's a squish ratio? By the way, JK, hi. I know we avoided, somehow didn't see each other today at the track, but
that wasn't by choice.
Really. Thanks, JK. Appreciate you, man. That's all right. We're actually going to line up a nice, solid podcast with JK.
That'll be a series.
It will, and I'm looking forward to it. But it's definitely going to happen. I was talking to Nick about it today. So So the Oracle and JK will make an appearance.
It'd be the Vito Stories episode 1. Tektron would probably be where to start, wouldn't it, Leigh?
Yep.
What on earth are you doing?
Yeah, not listening to you two.
Dear God.
I'm busy over here, just adding some bits and pieces from some news that's happened and broken today. So
Before Leigh derails too much here, should we run through some results from
Yes,
the
please.
NT titles?
Run through some results, please.
So, Junior Light, Max Cook got the win up there from Tyson Caruso, and Zoe Cook was third. Lucas Cheetah with JK Power won Junior Heavies. Nate Bellis was second. Adam Brown third. KT Light, which was probably the class to watch for the weekend. Aaron Trainer, Cam McDonough, Hayden Mason. Shout out to Haydos. I'm sure he's probably listening. KT Mediums, Nick Tapley, Luke Picken, Mark Burford was third. I ran sixth. And again, Tommy Norville was the winner on track until the stewards got in. Poor Damo went and showed old Maury in his final how it was done in KT Heavies, because Maury had a fair bit to say before that one. Chad Rodder was second, Nick Tapley was third. Statesman, Tony Connor, who's at this point just racking up titles for fun. Steve Waters and Vaughn Cole. KT Twin, Bailey Heinrich. Awesome. You need to get out and watch Bailey drive a KT Twin. It's pretty fun to watch.
Is he related to Joel?
No.
Another Heinrich.
Yeah, another fast Heinrich. So
must be the name.
Yeah, definitely. Ashley Nitschke and Sam Putland in third. Reese Hackett 100 Open. Tony Connor was second. Luke Picken third. 125 Light, Blake Curtis. Aaron Trainer, Braden Colwell. 125 Medium, Nick Tapley, Reese Hackett, Corey Jackson. 125 Heavies, Bailey Heinrich again, Chad Rodder in second, and Bren Rodder third. Again, no relation there, so just another group of names to throw out.
Wow, there you go. Well done to all those that walked away with some silverware, unlike our man across the desk, who's not paying attention.
I am so paying attention. I was listening to most things. I just was not ready to respond with anything.
Now to state a case of defence for Shay. It was actually my fault that I advised her. So Shay, for those that don't know, is our chief of hype, marketing guru extraordinaire, and the person largely responsible for creating some of the content that you're now seeing on our Negative Campus social media channels.
For the Flathead Jamie photos and such.
Yep, the Flathead Jamie photo.
She's a bit of a guru.
She is. She's very, very good. But I actually said to her nationals, I don't know why, but yeah, it was my fault.
I wish she could spin spanners as good as she does, like promo and marketing and stuff like that, and being amazing, because that would be kind of cool.
You'd probably be out of a job.
No, well, she could come pick crew for me.
No.
Maybe she doesn't want to.
I've tried this with Kayla. No spinning spanners, apparently.
She's going to be spinning milk bottles soon.
Biscuits should be spinning the milk bottles.
Exactly. Yeah, fatherhood's going to change you. It's going to change
Poor
Simon.
kid might be drinking iced coffee.
Oh, look.
Oh, dear.